Have you ever stopped to ask yourself this question? What does it truly mean to love? And to be loved in a way that lasts? In a way that brings peace rather than pain? Most of us chase love like it's a firework. Bright, Miss Explosive, but gone in seconds. Yet, in the quiet pages of history, there was a man who lived differently. The Roman emperor, surrounded by power, temptation, and chaos, but who chose to see love not as lust, why not as obsession, but as discipline, strength, and service. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and his wisdom about love and women is not just ancient philosophy, it's a map for anyone who's tired of confusion, heartbreak, and games. Before we begin, let me ask you this. If love is the single most powerful force in your life, shouldn't you understand how to master it? Shouldn't you learn how to approach women, relationships, and your own heart with clarity instead of chaos? That's exactly what we're about to uncover. But first, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, tap that like button, and watch this video all the way to the end. Because I promise you, if you stay with me until the last word, you'll never look at love the same way again. You'll walk away with tools that can transform not only your relationships with women, but also the way you carry yourself as a man. So let's build the foundation first. Let's step into Marcus Aurelius's world. Part 1. The Emperor Who Loved with Restraint. Picture this, Rome, the 2nd century. The empire stretches from deserts to forests. Millions of people under one rule. And at the very center, Marcus Aurelius, a man with armies at his command, advisors at his side, enemies plotting in shadows. Yet at night, when the noise died down, he sat with pen in hand, writing not for history, not for the Senate, not even for his soldiers, but for himself. Those writings became what we now call meditations. And in those private thoughts, Marcus constantly reminded himself to master his desires, his temper, and his attachments. He understood something most men never realize, that the way you approach love reflects the way you approach life itself. So, what would Marcus teach us about love and women? Let's break it down, not as cold philosophy, but as living advice for your heart, your mind, and your soul. Part 2. Love is service, not possession. Most modern relationships collapse because people treat love as possession. She's mine. He's mine. But Marcus Aurelius would shake his head at this. In his writings, he often reminded himself, you cannot possess another human being. You can only choose to serve them with honor, while they walk beside you. Think of it like this. Marcus was emperor and he could have commanded loyalty from anyone. But with his wife, Faustina, he had to win her respect daily. Not with titles, but with character. Ask yourself, are you trying to own someone's love? Or are you building a life where they choose to stay? Love, Marcus would say, is not about chains. It's about freedom and mutual respect. The more you cling, the more you choke. The more you demand, the less you receive. Part 3. Passion must be guided by reason. Marcus lived in a time when Rome was flooded with indulgence, wine, feasts, affairs, entertainment, yet he constantly wrote to himself about moderation. Why? Because he understood that ungoverned passion turns into slavery. When it comes to women, Marcus would warn, don't be blinded by beauty. Don't let desire cloud judgment. Beauty fades, charm can mislead, but character endures. How many men have destroyed themselves chasing a woman's body instead of her soul? Marcus would say, master yourself first and only then seek love. Because without self-discipline, you don't love a woman. You worship her like an idol, and idols always disappoint. Part 4. The test of real love. Adversity. Here's a Stoic truth. You don't truly know love when everything is perfect. You know it when things fall apart. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, wars, betrayals, and loss. And through it all, he wrote that adversity reveals the truth of people. A woman who stands by you in difficulty, that is love. A man who keeps his duty when it's hard, that is love. So ask yourself, is your relationship built only for sunshine, or can it endure storms? Because real love isn't just passion, it's resilience. Part 5. Respect above all. Marcus Aurelius believed every human being carried within them a divine spark, a reason, a soul. To love a woman, therefore, was to respect her as an equal soul, not an object. Respect means listening, not just speaking. It means valuing her opinions, not dismissing them. It means holding yourself to the same standard you expect from her. Many men fail because they demand loyalty but give none. They demand respect but show none. Marcus would say, begin with yourself. Live in a way that earns respect, and love will follow naturally. Part 6. Love without attachment. Here's one of the hardest lessons. Marcus constantly reminded himself of mortality. That everyone he loved, his children, his friends, his wife, could be gone tomorrow. Does that mean he didn't love deeply? No, it meant he loved freely. He loved without clinging, because he knew nothing lasts forever. Imagine how different modern relationships would be if people practiced this. Instead of fear of losing someone, we would simply be grateful for every moment. Instead of desperation, there would be peace. Marcus would say, don't love as if the person will stay forever. Love as if every moment is a gift. Part 7. The balance of reason and emotion. Many think Stoicism means being cold, emotionless. But Marcus Aurelius cried when he lost his children. He felt deeply. The difference was, he refused to be ruled by emotions. Love requires the same balance. If you shut down your feelings, you become a stone. If you drown in them, you become a fool. The Stoic path is to feel fully, but to guide feelings with wisdom. So when anger rises in your relationship, pause. When jealousy burns, reflect. When desire blinds, breathe. That pause is where love survives. Part 8. Love as a reflection of virtue. Marcus Aurelius often wrote that the purpose of life was to live with virtue. Justice, courage, wisdom, temperance. So what is love without virtue? Nothing more than lust and chaos. If you want love that lasts, ask yourself, does this relationship make me more just, more wise, more courageous, more disciplined? Or does it drag me into weakness? For Marcus, love was never about losing yourself. It was about becoming more of who you are meant to be. Part 9. Stories of impermanence. Imagine Marcus sitting in his tent far from Rome during the wars along the Danube. He had no certainty of tomorrow. Soldiers died daily. Yet in those moments, he wrote about cherishing the present. If he were to give you advice about women, he would say, don't waste love by waiting for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the perfect woman, the perfect moment. Love those in your life now, with honesty and gratitude, because tomorrow is never promised. Part 10. The Emperor's Challenge. So here's Marcus Aurelius' challenge for you. If you want to apply his wisdom to love, 1. Master yourself before seeking love. 2. Respect, don't possess. 3. Love without clinging. 4. Seek virtue over beauty. 5. Test love through adversity. 6. Live with gratitude for every moment. These 6 principles could reshape the way you look at women, relationships, and yourself. Closing words. So let me ask you again, what does it mean to truly love? If Marcus Aurelius were alive today, he would remind you that love is not about losing yourself in another person. It's about finding strength together, guided by respect, discipline, and virtue. Your love life doesn't have to be chaos. It can be a practice, a daily act of discipline, gratitude, and wisdom. If you build love on these Stoic foundations, you will not only win a woman's heart, you will also keep your own. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.